What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Before I get into this video, I want to say that this is not insulting anyone. This is not me tearing into anyone. This is me telling you the mindset. This is me saying, hey, I was there. And I'm not trying to beat around the bush. I want to say it flat out in plain English, and it may sound harsh. But it's not my intention to sound harsh. I just want to stress the mindset that you have to have in order to be successful. Why is it that statistically speaking, the majority of investors fail flat on their face and lose money, and only a few are successful? And the ones that are falling flat on their face, the poor people, end up handing their money over to the rich people. Why is that? Do poor people love being poor? Do they love handing their money over to rich people? Yes. Short answer, yes. Yes, they do. Poor people love giving rich people money. I have been on both sides of that fence. I've eaten out of dumpsters. I've been the gray man that people ignored. I've been the person that was stinky, nasty, dirty clothes, looked like a feral dog coming out of the woods, begging for scraps. Please, sir, feed me. Please, sir, sustain me. Please, sir, can I have a little more? And that's the mindset that will keep you there. The mindset that you have to have is future looking, and it's hard. The poorer you are, the harder it is. I know. I've eaten out of those dumpsters. I've slept under those bushes in the horrible weather. I've been there. I know. But it gets easier the higher up you go, the more money you make. But that first step is the hardest one. And what is that first step? Well, you got to realize this. Human beings are sheep. Human beings are lemmings. They like to be led where they're going, all the while thinking they're forging their own path. But they are not. They're being led. Why do you think it is that the Fed can raise the interest rates and raise the basis points to slow the economy so that they can get investor capitulation? Well, because human beings are lemmings and sheep, and they always react in the same way. It is the very few who act differently that are successful. It is those who can look at this market now with wide eyes and say this is an opportunity, not a detriment. It is those who do their own research, listen to multiple people, take into account everybody's opinions, and then forge their own opinion, forge their own path that come out of their situation, that can get out of homelessness, that can get out of being poor and be successful. And I want you to be successful. Another step is greed. Greed will kill you in the market. Do not invest more than you can comfortably lose, and it's a hard thing. I know. You're poor. You have no money. You want to make that moonshot. You dream of being rich. You're tired of starving. You're tired of fighting for everything. Literally fighting for the shirt on your back. Literally fighting for the shoes. Fighting for scraps of food on the ground. I have seen people fight for a freaking cigarette butt on the side of the street. The poor mindset. And it will keep you poor. How many times do we get in conversations with people? Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Boy, if Bitcoin was only back what it was back in the day, I would pick myself up a nice sack and ride it all the way back up and I would be rich. Okay? Bitcoin's down. So why is everybody complaining? Why is everybody saying this really sucks? I'm not. It's a great time. I'm accumulating. Do your own research and don't believe everything that everybody says. Listen to people. Listen to multiple opinions. See the paths that everybody else go. Hear everybody's opinions, sort it out, see what makes sense to you, and forge your own path. That's the only way you're going to make it. And I want you to make it. And never invest more than you can comfortably lose. Don't. I see people getting loans, putting a mortgage out on their house because you're poor and you want to be rich. But that's the poor mindset. You don't see rich people putting up their mansions, putting every single dollar they have in, selling their cars, selling everything they have. No, you don't. Why? Because they accumulate. Because they haven't put in more than they can comfortably lose. And when the market crashes, they've got dry powder on the side that they can invest in. The poor mindset. There comes a time when you're poor that you get caught with survival. And you have to force yourself to stop surviving for just a minute. Take a breath. Stop. Where are you going? What are you doing? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to be? It was hard. I can only use my own life as an example, and it's a great example because I have come from there. I've come from a point when I literally carried my entire life on my back. I had a backpack that weighed more than I did. And I didn't care what was in there, every little scrap of everything I fought for. If it was a pencil eraser that was in my bag, it was mine. It was my property. I fought for it. But that mindset will kill you. Because what happens is this. You get caught in this mode of survival. And all you can do is survive. You get caught in this revolving door. Every second. Every day. Survival. But you got to take a second to advance yourself. It's not about just survival. It's about thriving. That poor mindset will hold you back. The rich mindset will free you. But you got to do your own research, listen to most people, and stop looking at things like a lemming, like a sheep. When the market's down, everybody wants to be a sheep and jump on the bandwagon. The market's down, the sky's falling. When the market's up, everybody wants to be on the bandwagon. Everything's great, this is amazing. The market's going up, everybody's making money. The rich mindset is different. When the market's down, the eyes are wide. Accumulation. Getting more bang for my buck. When the market's up, it's a little bit scary, like, I don't want to lose my profits. I don't want to lose my gains. How do I lock them away? The poor mindset. Greed. Don't get there. Don't fight for a cigarette butt on the side of the street. And I don't mean a real cigarette butt. You can apply that to everything. Don't fight for these dumb things. Be smart. Don't invest more than you can comfortably lose. And if it's a good project and it's not going anywhere, quit being a sheep. Quit being a lemming. Don't jump off that cliff with everybody else. Sure, go to the edge of the cliff and look and watch while everybody else jumps off the cliff. And as they're jumping off the cliff, just hold out your hand. And when their money is in their hand and they're jumping off the cliff, say, thank you. Next one, thank you. Next one, thank you. Because that's what rich investors do. That's the rich mindset. I know it's cruel. It's harsh. But it's true. Rich people make the majority of their money off poor people. Poor people get in this mindset like, I'm going to put $1 into this market and it's going to become $1,000. And the rich people, they look at it like, yeah. You put in your dollar and it's going to be $1,000. It's going to be $1,000 tomorrow. I guarantee you it's going to be $1,000 tomorrow. Just put in your dollar. Meanwhile, when that person puts in the dollar, the rich person's already got their money in that project. And that poor person just jacked up that rich person's project by $1. But then when that project drops, the rich person is hanging on to it and that poor person sells their $1 for 10 cents. The rich person's holding on to it and waiting. And then when the market recovers, that rich person takes that poor person's $1, which is now worth $10, and sticks it in their pocket. Because that's the way the market works. Don't be a sheep. Don't be a lemming. Look at the market from a different perspective. because it's all about perspective. My perspective when I was homeless. I would wake up, my stomach hurts, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I'm cold. If it's the summertime, I'm freaking hot and humid. Depending on where you are and what time of year, it doesn't matter. It's the same mindset. What is the mindset? I'm not thinking when I wake up in the morning, how do I make the most money? No, my first thought is, how do I get food in my starving stomach? How do I get something to drink? But sometimes you've got to stop surviving in order to thrive. I know it sounds weird, but it works. I appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. Really, you are. The poor mindset. Stop it. Don't be a sheep. Don't be a lemming. Let that cliff be for other people. You don't want to get dashed on those rocks below. Don't do it. I appreciate you guys. And I hope this video made sense. And I'll see you guys in the next one.